to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you how to make a basic skirt block. Just something simple so you can follow, and the size obviously is going to be a mini version. I have this miniature mannequin, and I took the measurement of this mannequin. Everything I do here, you can transfer it onto a larger scale, right? So let's get started. One, I have my phone, and this is to do my calculations. I have my paper, I have the scissors, I have my tape measure around me, I have my pencil, and I also have the measurements. I also have my pattern master. You can use a ruler or you can use a tape measure, either one, but I prefer to use this pattern master. Alright, so let's get started. One thing I forgot is my glasses, so give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. Right, okay, so to start your pattern, you have your pattern paper here. So to start your pattern, I hope you can see. Okay, I think that's better. Hopefully that's better. Right. Alright, so to start your pattern, we are going to draw a straight line down and across. Okay, so this is your first line, and then we're going to go across. Okay, so this is your line. We're going to number this line number 1. Okay, so from number 1, we're going to measure across half of the hip measurement. And as I stated, I'm going to be referring back to my measurements on my paper to figure out the measurement. Okay, so whatever measurement you have for your hip, you're going to look for half of that and you mark across here. Alright, so now that I establish half of my hip measurement here, I am going to mark it across the top. Okay, so right here I have my dot, and with this dot, at this dot, I am going to mark number 2. Then I'm going to square down from 2 straight down. Always have a rubber handy as well, just in case. Alright, so now we finish marking number 1 and 2, right? We are going to mark from 1 to 3, which is the desired skirt length. So whatever your skirt length is, you measure down and you mark. Alright, and then you're going to put number 3 right here. And from number 3, you square right across. And at the end here, you put number 4. So right away, you have this center rectangle here. And right in here is where we're going to create our skirt block. Right on this line from 1 to 3, you're going to put center back. And then on the front, you're going to put center front. So you will know this is your center back line and that's your center front line. Alright, so now we're going to measure from the waist to the hip. So whatever measurement you take from the waist to the hip, you find it right here. So waist to hip, and you mark that. Alright, so this is my line right here. And then you're going to square that across. Alright, so the last number we left off with is number 4. So we are going to mark this line 5 and over here 6. I hope that you can see. So now you can actually see we're getting there for the skirt block. Oh, there's a glare here. I don't know. Alright, so where we left off is that we're going to find our hip measurement, but we're going to find quarter of the hip measurement, and whatever your hip measurement is, this is what you do. Then you're going to add ease, maybe about 1.5 centimeters or something like that. So I'm going to find my hip measurement, and then I'll divide that into 4. Alright, and whatever you get, you mark that right across from 5. I'm going to square this down to the hemline. Okay, so now you have that. This line, I'm going to number it number 7, and this I'm going to put it as 8. Alright, so now we're going to find the waist measurement here. So we're going to measure from 1 onto this line, and you're going to find quarter of your waist measurement. Plus you're going to give it seam allowance, maybe an extra 4 centimeters, 2 centimeters. It all depends on the ease that you want. So you can measure from 1 to whatever number your quarter of your waist is on this line. And this is your waistline. Alright, so right at this dot is where I have my waist, quarter of my waist measurement plus the ease. Alright, so you know this is where you make sure that when you mark this, you have a prominent dot so that you can see it when you're ready to create your curves and things like that. Okay, so we left off with number 8, so we're going to put this as number 9. Okay, so from this dot, we're going to go up about 1.5, but I'm going to give it 1 centimeter. You have it, and then I am going to put 10. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to join 1 to 10, and I'm going to come down to number 7, from 10 to number 7. I'm sure you start to see the shape of the skirt. From 1 to 10, we're going to divide this line into 3. So at this point now is when you're going to need a tape measure. Because this is a curve, you're going to need your tape measure. If you use a ruler, it wouldn't give you that much of an accurate measurement because it's just straight. So always remember, you might need your tape measure for this bit, because then you can bend your tape measure and curve it according to your lines. Okay, so I'm going to go across here. Okay, and then I'm going to divide whatever measurement you get for this line, you divide that into 3. So now you can place your marks and divide into 3. Okay, so now I have my marks here, so you can see they divide into 3. These dots is what we're going to use to create our back darts. So what you're going to do here, so you're going to place your ruler right onto one of your darts like this. Let me bring this closer so you can see better. Okay, so hopefully you can see where my dots are, right? Okay, so my dot is here. So I'm going to do 0.3 centimeters, 0.3 centimeters, right? So 0.3 on each side. From the middle dot, you're just going to mark down 2 centimeters. Then I am going to create my dots. Okay, so now you can see the back of my skirt. I hope you can see, because I don't know if I'm seeing glare. Maybe it's my glasses. And what I'm going to do is just slightly curve the waist, the top of the waist slightly. So after number 10, I forgot to put the rest of the numbers in. So we're going to mark this dot number 11, this one number 12, that one 13, and this one 14. So we're going to be working on the waist. So from 2 over to this line, we're going to find quarter of the waist. And I'm going to do this again because I totally forgot. So once you establish the quarter of your waist plus your E right at that point, we're going to mark there. What we're going to do here is put number 15, because 14 was the last number that we end off with. And then from 15, we're going to go up. I think I went up 0.7. But if it's a bigger scale, then you go up higher. So from 15 we went up 0.7 centimeters. So now we're going to be creating the curve on our waist. Okay, so we're going to mark this 16, and then from 16 we're going to create the side curve down to 7. Alright, so you can see the curve right here. The same thing we did here by dividing this waist into 3. We're going to be doing the same thing from 2 to 16. Once you find the measurement here and you did your calculations, you make your mark to divide them into 3. So now we established that. Right at the end, the very first one here, we're going to put number 17. And from this first dot here, from 16 to 17, this is the dot we're going to be creating in the front. So the dot is going to be more on the side. So in the front, we're only going to have 2 dots. In the back, we're going to have 4. You could always give your back dot 2 dots. Your back skirt 2 dots as well. And what you're going to do here is from number 17, you mark down. And I'm going to mark down this about 2.5 centimeters. And also, you go right across from your 17 point. And I'm going to mark 0.3 centimeters for the width of my dots. Right, so you can see the dot. Now I'm going to be creating a slight curve just in the waist here. I know it already seems as though it has a curve, but I want to define it more. This is your simple skirt block. So what you can do on your block, put your markings. For example, this is your hip line, and you know this is your waist, right? And then you can mark hem at this bottom bit here, right? You can also, if you like, you can also put side seam, and also mark your front and your back. Because we didn't add seam allowance, you can also write add 1 centimeter seam allowance. Alright, so if you give someone this pattern, they know that they'll have to add seam allowance and not cut it exact, because this would take away, it would take away 1 centimeter rather than adding it, you know what I mean? So then this skirt would be tight. So this is it, simple and to the point. And then what we're going to do next, I'm going to show you another thing we can do. I'm going to now cut the skirt out so you can see exactly what it looks like. So these are the basic skirt block. Another thing you can do, for the center front, you can put fold right here so you know the center front is not going to have any seam. Another thing you can do is basically draw a straight line down close to the front. You just create an arrow here. You can just put fold, so whoever creating a garment for you, they will know the center front is on the fold when it comes to the material. So I hope you really enjoy this video. I enjoy making this for you so that you can see exactly how to make a basic skirt block. Alright, so another thing that I want to show you is it's always good to notch your pieces. So this is your side seam. So when you go to sew your skirt and you put your material together like this, you join your side seams, and once they're together, they should match right at the end right here. And you have to always check your patterns, and that should match right at the top of the waist. Nothing should lap over. If it lap over, your pattern measurement is wrong. Alright, so next what we're going to do is make a skirt out of this pattern here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. And another thing, please don't forget to like the videos. If you watch the video and you like the videos, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.